続きましては、バイオテックサービスインターナショナルでございます。ビジネスディベロップメントマネージャーのミス・デブ・ウィリアムスがお話をさせていただきます。製品サプライルートマップ、EU におけるコールドチェーン対象生物製剤の輸入に関する指針でございます。
Hello everyone, my name is Deborah Williams. I'm with Biotec services. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the company I work for, and also about how we've striven within the company to bring in information on how to quickly get the product into the EU and approved for clinic. Biotec services is based in the UK, as I've said, and we specialise in cold chain supply management. We're quite a small company, about 60 people, but there's a lot of expertise based in the company. A lot of that expertise is actually in importing your product into the EU, whether it's an IMP or a marketed product, and getting it approved within Europe for use. Some of the products that we have experience with are biologicals, monoclonal antibodies, therapeutic proteins, vaccines and viruses. We also handle traditional small molecules and controlled or scheduled drugs and surgical devices. A growing core business for us are advanced therapy medicinal products, or ATMPs, and these cover stem cells, gene therapies or genetic modified organisms, and tissue engineered products. If you bring in this type of product into the EU, the regulation is very much the same. The challenge is with the product type itself and the restrictions that could apply to that. Biotec is only as good as its people. We have 7 QPs on site and they cover all the product ranges that I've shown you. They're very familiar with doing visits to companies outside the EU to verify equivalence of GMP for the product that's manufactured and the product that you want to bring into Europe. As part of this, they quickly realised that it's very confusing for companies outside the EU to bring their product into the EU and comply with all the regulatory hurdles. For that reason, they've developed a product supply route map. And what this does is, by a series of questions and answers, it maps out a route for you, the easiest way through the regulatory hurdles to get your product approved for use in Europe. The route map is an online tool which you can access, and I think there is an online reference to the website for the tool in the booklet today, and it's soon to become an app as well. So what does it do? For those people that have been to the UK, you've probably seen our road signs there, and they're very confusing. And I think getting a product into EU can sometimes be as equally confusing. So the route map, by these series of questions and answers, will help you get your product approved for use in clinic in Europe. It covers a variety of products, investigational medicinal products, devices, ancillaries that you may want to go into an oncology kit, special named patients or compassionate supplies, and commercial products. What I'm going to do now is run through an example of how the route map might work for you. When you initially log online to the route map, it will ask you for your name and an email address. The email address is important because at the end of the question and answers, it will send you your chosen route back to your address book. We click on Update, we come to the main menu, and the main menu there says Choose Product Supply Route, where you go and put your questions and answers in. It also gives you a visualization of the whole route, a glossary of the terms that are used throughout the route. Plus, if you have any additional questions, then you can also contact Biotec and they can give you more information as well. If you click on that, we've chosen an IMP for this particular example. And on the first screen, it gives you a list of the directives that would impinge on producing your product and getting it approved in Europe. So there's a list of the directives on the top left-hand side. If you clicked on the More Information button, you could actually call these directives up and it would give you more information again. you're going to proceed. It asks you if the product, where's the product destination, what country are you going to be using the product in? Is it in the EU or the extended European area? For this example, we'll say yes. It then asks, is your IMP a comparator? For this example, we'll say no. Then it asks where the product is sourced. Is it sourced within Europe, in an MRA country? For this example, we'll say no, it's sourced outside the EU. For instance, it could be sourced in Japan. The next screen gives you advice on what you would need if you were importing or exporting your product from Japan. It says you need a GMP declaration of manufacture, and therefore, in order to produce one of those by a QP in Europe, that QP will need to familiarise themselves with the manufacturing processes in your country. For biological products, that should include the drug product and the drug substance manufacturers. For non-biological, it will just be the drug product manufacturers. It also goes on to tell you, as part of the review and the release into Europe, the QP would require to review the bulk batch documentation. That's the end of the question and answer section for getting the drug imported into Europe. For a lot of projects, once you've imported the drug, you may need additional assembly or packaging work done. So there's another series of questions that asks you about that part of the project. Further assembly at Biotec. For this example, we'll say yes. The screen then advises you for any further assembly operations, any labelling must conform with Annex 13 within Europe. At this stage, if you've answered all the questions correctly, the screen will advise you that you will be able to QP certify your product. We're at the end of the question and answer section in the lab tool now, and what it has shown you is a list of all the questions that were asked, the answers that you gave, and the regulations pertaining to those answers. Your email address is there. If you then hit send, it will send you an email as a following example back to your address book. This online tool can be used again and again for different processes and different products that you want to bring into the EU. The tool is the first line for us in talking to you as a company about getting your product into Europe. We also support you with project management skills, and many of our project managers have over 14 years clinical experience in helping you get your product into clinic. In addition to the project managers, we have another online tool, which is a webflow portal, which gives you secure access to your product as soon as it enters Biotec and it's through to getting it into clinic. And that is available to you 24/7, because we realise being based outside the EU, you're often on a different timeline, it's hard to get access to your project manager. So this, if you like, is your online project manager, giving you additional information as we go along. In summary, Biotec delivers confidence to all its clients. 80% of our business is repeat. Our clients are very happy with what we do. We base it on our people, being in contract, our people are our strength, and we also base it on new technology, which helps us support our clients through the clinical process of getting their projects and the product from outside Europe into Europe and approved for clinic. Thank you very much for listening, and I do hope it has been of interest for you.